Back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. I'm a licensed cognitive behavior therapist, that's a CBT therapist, and a licensed mental health counselor. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the contents in this channel. Trigger warning and Disclaimers Act. I'm reacting to this case that happened in 2022, 6th of January. This is all my thoughts, my opinions, and my speculations. It's relating to one of the Banfield boys, that's what I call them. The one in the middle, called Ethan Knight. So trigger warning. It's a sad story, but I'm bringing this for awareness purpose because it's a self-defense case, allegedly. This is Ethan Knight. He's from Alpha, Gamma, Lambda, I believe. So is Said. So is the other two boys, Jimmy and Peter. There's Peter Reagan. He's the one wearing the pink hoodie at the Banfield stop. And he belongs to the same frat, Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. Peter Reagan, Ethan Knight, he's the one wearing the glasses and one glove, I believe, at the Banfield. Then you have Timothy. He's the treasurer. He's in charge of the treasure in Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. So all three of the Banfield boys and Said belong to the Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. Now it gets even more interesting. Who is the president of Alpha, Kappa, Lambda? The treasury is Timothy. The president is no other than Nick Green. That is Scott Green, the president of the university, his son. So look at how many entanglements are involved with this case. This is Nick Green, the president of the Banfield boys, is Frat, Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. I remember him doing an interview. He said that Zana and Ethan were good friends of their frat. I wonder if a beef occurred between the three Banfield boys, possibly Said, against Zana and Ethan. Chapin. From the very beginning, I've always said it was the frats, especially the Sigma Chi fraternity, in my opinion only, a humble opinion, and I've always said it was the Banfield boys, Alpha, Kappa, or Kappa, Lambda. The president of that frat, of the Banfield boys' frat, is Nick Green. That is the president of the university son, and he's the president of the frat. What a coincidence. Then you have Showalter, whose mother, father are surgeons, brothers are doctors. They have a street named after them, or road. He's the only one who left town, allegedly. Where was he that night? So, trigger warning. This is under fair use purpose of the article. This young man, Ethan Knight, managed to get a murder case on him. Basically, what happened was he unalived his father and his family dog. His father, Michael Knight, was away for a couple of months in Washington, and then he came back to the family house in Everson. I believe that's near Idaho, or in Idaho. And his father was showing irrational behaviors. He's drinking too often, trigger warning. So the father is the guy in the middle. His father started drinking too much hard liquor, like vodka, and he started bothering the family, according to Ethan Knight. So he told his mother to stay in her room. The father was in the living room, playing loud music, allegedly. And he was yelling and disturbing everyone. So Ethan went to his room, closed himself in his room, and then the father came to his room and jumped on him. And his father was bothering him. He was very intoxicated. And then Ethan started recording. He called his mother first. The mother tried to get the father, Michael Knight, off Ethan. And then Ethan stepped back. Trigger warning. He loaded his gun. He shot towards the direction of his father. It hit, the bullets flew 4 times. It hit the father a couple of times. The father was unalived, and the family dog was unalived too. He was arrested. He called 911 before he actually unalived his father. So was it pre-planned? Was it self-defense? So I'm sure he has his own trauma that he's going through. This happened in January 2022. He was out on bail on the 13th of November 2022. He was out in Banfield. His case came back on trial in 2022, The prosecutor wanted to charge him for murders because they didn't believe that it was self-defense. His younger brother was in the house too, but he left when the yelling started getting too loud. He left to a friend's house. He walked it down. But it seemed quite calculated, like the prosecutor said. There are few articles that he can read about. This case. But the reason I brought this up is when you look into anyone who gets himself or themselves entangled in a case, you can't choose what to pick and what to put aside. You have to put your emotions aside. He was out on bail for $25,000. His mother put up the bail. So we have somebody here, the guy in the middle, that has used a firearm before and is unalived. His father and the family dog. For whatever reason, self-defense, whether you say it's psychological effects of all the childhood trauma, of all the pain, maybe feeling selfless as a child and growing up with all the anger, hate, revenge, or was it in the heat of the moment? So these three young men, Ethan in the middle, Knight, the one with the pink hoodie is Peter Reagan, and Timothy, forgot his second name, but it'll be written underneath his picture. All three are from Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. The treasurer secretary is Timothy, the one with the small shirt in the corner. Ethan Knight, who unalived his father and the family dog under self-defense, according to him, may the father rest in peace, was on bail for $25,000. And he sits in an important position too, in Alpha, Kappa, Lambda. As for Peter Reagan, he's a secretary or something. And the president of Alpha, Kappa, Lambda is Nick Green. That is Scott Green, the president's son. Is that what they're protecting and who they're protecting? I want to know if he's wearing a glove. What is the black thing? I found this picture to be very interesting. If you look behind Zana, look at the white Hyundai Elantra and look at her finger. Zana's trying to give us a hint, I believe. That's King Road, sorry. Whose white Hyundai Elantra is that? I wonder. Where was Adam that night? I don't only look at what I can see and who I can see. I pay attention to the ones I can't see, like Adam and Jack D. Practically everyone in this college was wearing a mask. This picture was taken in the beginning of this case. This circulated in social media a week. Apparently, it happened a week before the quadruples. Somebody was knocking at people's doors and running away. It looks like David Lodge, but yet again, it looks like Showalter. It could look like Adam. Somebody who cut the hair short. When was DM uploading all these pictures? It states 3:33 at night on the 13th of November, 2022. What's on her leg? Why didn't she call 911? These are things on social media in the beginning. Take this with a grain of salt. My company did the cleanup for it. I didn't see it personally, but my guys were in there. I did read the estimate though. Here's what I can tell you. Ethan and Zana fought for their effing lives. This was the largest biohazard job I've ever gotten. My estimator had to go in and do it by hand, room by room. We were not allowed to use our technology. No pictures. Document sketch. He said he didn't sleep for 3 days. These guys all signed NDAs and they were complete pros. P.S. F the media, vultures. They harassed me and my guys for months. It was awful. Wow. That's heartbreaking if it's true. So biohazard equipment had to be used to clean up the scene, room for room. So it's clear the victims weren't in the same room. I remember hearing clearly from the beginning that Ethan was found in front of Zana's doorway. In front of her doorway. Why are they keeping on changing the story now? Is it the surviving roommates that are doing the covering up? DM is the only witness, allegedly. Remember the chief said the surviving roommates are not witnesses, they were just there. When were they ruled out? There's still people of interest for me. DM was creating a contact at 3:52, and she was quiet the whole time. DM and BF were both quiet from 2:53 when Maddie Morgan calls BF. And BF doesn't answer. It's quiet for an hour. And then DM is creating a contact. So if this is true, then the crime scene must have been terrible. I remember hearing in the beginning that there was something written on blood, something written with blood on the walls. Chigawani. It is a horrific crime scene. And we know because Kaylee, his wounds, her stab wounds are over 52 times, allegedly, according to her father. Why was the front door left open? Who left it open? Let's not forget many people had the code for the front door. You know how it is in the college town. They'll give the code to each other. I believe the surviving roommates are involved. What do you think about the Banfield boys? The next clip I'll be discussing about the Banfield boys and about the people I believe are behind Taylor Avenue, behind the bushes. Maddie's coat is on there. Let me know what y'all think. Did Alpha, Kappa, Lambda, the three Banfield boys inside, did their frat have beef with Ethan and Zana? That could be very possible because these boys were stopped at Banfield at 2:15. Sorry, at 2:53. Where did they come from? They look like they came from the house. From 1122 King Road. They must have come from the alleyway of Taylor Avenue, like the figures running to Sigma Chi. I believe it was these two frats that were very involved. It's these three young men at the Banfield and Saeed who must have had beef with Ethan and Zana, or Kaylee and Maddie. I think these two came for Ethan and Zana. Kaylee and Maddie was done by the Sigma Chi fraternity boys and the Jags, allegedly. Let me know what y'all think. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is all my thoughts, opinions,